Oh, these are cute. It's good that everybody kind of came together tonight.
The rumor is that Ken and Gypsy Rose Blanchard broke up.
The latest one is that we horrifically broke up yesterday. That's the first I've heard of it.
The Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not just a good friend of mine, she's a human being.
I don't always want to address rumors on social media, so Bria just kind of debunks rumors about me.
Look how tiny that is.
Aww.
There we go. Nose looks good.
That's a good nose.
Y'all think the baby's mine? Red, yes, blue, no. Honestly.
What irritates me the most is like Ryan speculating to keep himself in my life.
I haven't done anything to prevent the divorce from moving on. I've signed paperwork, but it's hard. Me and Gypsy's divorce will be final December 9th. I didn't file, I didn't want the divorce, I didn't want all that, but now my hands are tied in that. So I did see that she dyed her hair back to brunette. She is beautiful as a brunette. I will be honest, I love her as a brunette. Divorce is hard. Divorce is hard. Imagine you're married and the last thing they say is I love you, and then you never see them again. That's what happened. Our family come and scooped her up and never got to see her again. And that's my wife. That's hard.
Is that for me? Oh, what is it? Oh, the books. Gypsy, a book.
Oh.
What you got?
I have to sign 2,000 copies of my book to have sent out. So
That's a lot of signatures, girl.
Aww, Dad.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You're two main men.
I know, right?
Makes perfect sense.
Over the course of the last 9 years of my life, I feel like my story has been taken from me. I felt like having a memoir would be personal. To see it finally finished, it's really impactful. Like it's a relief. There's a lot of work trying to get these pictures
Trust me.
all sorted out.
There are some hard parts.
Yeah, 4 is really, really hard. There's some chapters that are harder to digest.
Yeah.
One of the chapters talked about when my dad left my mom. He left my mom on his birthday and kind of just basically said, I want a divorce. I related a lot to him in that moment. And that kind of brought up some feelings because I myself left Ryan on my dad's birthday. We both have that in common. I've read every line of this book 50 times over.
And I'm proud of you for doing that because that takes some courage and it's like a form of therapy. I think when people are going to read this, they'll have a much better understanding.
Yeah, trauma definitely changes a person.
Especially trauma like that.
Yeah. Last night, I had checked my TikTok messages and I seen that Ryan had messaged me.
Is this the first time that he's reached out since the paternity test results?
Yes, this is the first time he's contacting me since then, which is a little surprising. He said, you look so good as a brunette, miss your voice, you know I do. And then he messaged me again at 8:30. You still have my heart, still have only eyes for you, Gypsy Rose. You are really the most beautiful woman in the world. Just being honest. I mean, I think he's just like in his feelers right now. I've been there myself. I totally understand what that's like, you know?
The text, Ryan to Gypsy.
Yeah.
You look
Which-
so good as a brunette. Miss your voice.
You know I do.
Yeah, well,
My first reaction was, what a douche.
you know, I mean, there's so much stuff on the internet already. You might think some of it might be true or hear some rumors and say, oh, maybe it's not all sunshine and rainbows over there at the Blanchards or
Yeah.
with her and Ken. And he, in the back of his mind, he might feel there's still a chance.
Our divorce will be final in 2 weeks, so I can imagine he's going through some emotions. I didn't respond back. I didn't block him. I just kind of left it alone. Every time that I have responded in the past, it's given him some type of hope. So I think by just not responding at all, even so much as blocking in a sense is a response. And I don't want to give him the impression that I'm mad at him or that I hate him or anything, but I don't want to give him hope either.
I mean, I get it. We've all been there, still in love with somebody that's not, it didn't work out.
You always love your first love.
And it's something tough to get over, especially probably if you see it's in your face all the time, like
it is.
Like it is here. I felt bad for him. I wouldn't call him a douche about it. I felt like here's a guy that put in a lot of his time and emotions, made commitments, sacrificed, thought he had a great thing, and it just crumbled in front of him. At one point, you're so in love and you feel this way. I can understand and relate to how he can feel now.
But he tells people that we don't allow her to see him. I'm like, whatever.
There's not too many rules over here.
No, if you would have wanted to come and talk to her, he could have came, but were you here?
Why I gotta be here?
To control my mouth.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen her since March.
Probably cigarette court, and that'll probably be it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be at for the divorce there?
Yeah.
I told her in the beginning, it was just a piece of paper. I mean, I know it's a commitment, but hopefully she's learned.
Why do you think he sent her that message yesterday?
I heard her reply back and for him to tell everybody on TikTok that she replied back. That's my opinion. Because he likes to brag about it. He might think there's hope. Maybe he thinks if she sees him that she might change her mind. But Lord, she's carrying somebody else's baby.
This is a screenshot of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's notification page on TikTok. Right below me, you can see she has a message from Ryan Anderson. This was 18 hours ago. There is a reason I'm sharing these messages, and I just want to make it very clear that it's not to hurt Ryan in any way. People have been on Gypsy's ass about leaving Ryan alone, as if she's the one trying to get in touch with him, messaging him, texting him, calling him, when that is simply not true, and Ryan has helped push that narrative. It's not Gypsy who is making it hard for Ryan to move on. It is Ryan who is making it hard for himself to move on.
I don't think any of these messages from Ryan come as a shock. It's very evident when you listen to him during his lives that he does still love Gypsy Rose.
I feel really bad for him. My bet is that Gyp is still calling him or texting him and telling him that she misses him.
Gypsy is obviously feeding Bree information and telling her to post videos about it. We were hoping that this man would come to his senses and realize that Gypsy is trash.
Why did you have Bree post instead of you posting?
I personally, I couldn't do it myself. Felt like if I posted it myself, that he would have received a message that I'm trying to hurt him, and that's not what I was trying to do.
What's the message?
The message is that I in no way want to prevent the healing process, but I do not want to be with him either. And that's definite.
Hey guys, I hope y'all are still Team Ryan after, leaked messages or whatever. Guys, I am going through a divorce. There are moments that I do still miss Gypsy. I mean, it's just normal. I'm working on it. You know, I know that she's about to have a baby with Ken. I know everything like that. I get it. But I do have moments, guys, and that was a weak moment. And I was hurt that the messages were leaked because that's a private deal. I haven't leaked personal messages because I have messages that contradict her words. I have messages that show that she still misses me. And like, I have all those. So let's do a poll. If you were in my position, would you leak texts like she did? Red, yes, blue, no. If you were in my position, would you leak texts that contradict her or try to make her look foolish? I love that a lot of y'all said do it. I mean, a lot of y'all are messy. Y'all want me to do it. Look at the vote. Red to blue. Wow. Y'all some messy folks. Y'all just want drama, huh?
Hello.
Hey, what you doing?
Just looking over some of my videos and commenting on all the comments like, you should block Ryan, you should block Ryan, like she did.
I did. Everybody's like, oh, here she is playing tit for tat. And I was like, he messaged me. You know, he's the one that did a live still talking about me. I put my boundaries and he stepped over them. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't want him to hate me. I don't want him to be mad at me. I don't want him to be mad at you for sharing those screenshots. I want him to get the point of why. Yes, we're exes, but can't we be civil exes? I mean, I've seen people that are civil exes.
Maybe sometime before the divorce, maybe you can reach out to him and just really be like, look, I want to have a serious conversation.
It maybe have to be after the divorce, because I think anything before, you know, I think there's just like little sliver of hope that he continues to have. So
True, yeah.
Maybe after it's final and then like it's done with. So
will y'all see each other that day?
We will. Yeah, he'll be at court.
Even after, I mean, maybe y'all can have a moment to yourselves that y'all, after everything's finalized, so it's like no more hope that it's final.
Going through this process of a divorce, it's really emotional. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. He was my best friend for 3 years, and you know, now we have nothing. I personally wouldn't be against sitting down with Ryan and having a civil conversation.
Well, you know, I always got your back, girl.
I know. Thank you.
Love you, girl. Bye.
Love you.
What about the other little trees you got? Do we have one outside under the deck somewhere?
Yeah, putting one out there.
Gypsy, you need a Christmas tree?
How many Christmas trees y'all got?
Get you some ornaments too. I'm sure we probably got plenty of ornaments.
I'm sure. Generally, I'm pretty impulsive, so I have started taking a different route and asking for advice. It was extremely important for me to get like everybody's opinion about if I should meet up with Ryan after the divorce and have a civil conversation face to face. Dad, meet with Ryan, don't meet with Ryan. Mia says she doesn't think it's a good idea. Mom doesn't have an opinion, for real. A part of me is like, I feel like I owe him that. I have apologized on the phone. But since then, like that was back in July, like right before court, what I don't want is for him to hold this heartbreak that there was no closure. Because when Ken left me, I didn't have closure. And that stuck with me for 5 years. The one thing that he always brings up in like lives and stuff is that like the last time he's seen me, I was walking out the door back in March, and I said, you know, I love you, I care about you, and then I walked out the door and I never saw him again. And I think that is the part that's holding him back.
I think if you kind of feel that way now, it's going to compound as the years go by if you don't do it.
You think I'd regret it?
Yeah. And down the road, 5-10 years from down the road, you'll feel good that you had that conversation with him. And it'll help him too. You know, closure will be good.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about court coming up on Monday?
I'm happy that it's coming to an end finally. You know, I'm happy that the 6 months is finally over, and that, you know, like, it can finally just be concluded, and then it can no longer be a thing we have to think about, or you have to think about, or we have to worry about. We can move forward with our lives. You know, I feel like I've said this exact same sentence 1,000 times over.
What's your comfortability level with, you know, me sitting down with him and just having a closure conversation?
I don't know. Maybe it's not a great idea.
I think by having a one and done conversation, and that way we could both move on with our lives.
No matter how I feel about it, Ryan was a huge part of your life for many years. So if you think it's what's best for both of you. I mean, I know that you haven't had this conversation in person per se, but I feel like you've had these conversations already over the phone.
I have.
So it's not like words are being said that haven't already been said. That's why I feel like sometimes it's just not that necessary. You've already had these closure conversations, and in a lot of ways, it could be erasing progress and reopening wounds that have already been patched over and are still healing. But, you know, maybe I don't fully understand.
Talk to my therapist about it.
What did they say?
She can see how he cannot move past the fact that he has not seen me since I walked out. And that's what's holding him back.
Well, this is the unfortunate result of the fact of why you should have never gotten married in prison to begin with. Like, you know, the whole incompatibility thing and all that, like, I don't think you should hold it against yourself. These are things that you weren't even able to understand or realize until you were out in the free world together.
By having closure to the situation, I feel like it helps you too.
Okay.
Maybe you wouldn't think about it that way, but how many times has Ryan contacted me? How many times have we had this conversation of I do a live stream, he does a live stream, we're going back and forth, like.
And so you think that this conversation is going to put a close to all that?
For me, I could walk away with a fresh start for you and I.
Okay. If you truly feel in your heart this is what is necessary and what you need and what you think is best for the both of you, then I have to say I support it.
I just feel like it's the right thing to do.
Okay. I respect that.
I love you.
I love you too. I think that when you're in prison, emotions can be heightened, and in all intents and purposes, it's a long distance relationship. She should have been able to come out and, you know, live a little bit of life and kind of have that in-person time before realizing how, you know, serious a marriage is and if that's what she really wanted. And after 3 months, she realized that that wasn't the right one for her and that she didn't feel that connection, that bond. And that's why they separated.
I'm hungry. Parker ate all my food. So I DM'd Ryan, asking him if he would be open to meeting up with me. I said, hello Ryan, I was wondering if after court on Monday, would you be open to having a sit down face-to-face with me? There are some things that I would like to say in person. We could go to a coffee shop or something away from the chaos. I assure you my intentions are honorable. I have had many months to reflect on the way things happened, and I would understand if you would say no, but I wanted to make the first move towards true healing. And so far he hasn't responded.
Can you tell if he's read it?
I can't tell. The ball's in his court now.
All right, go get some. Do you want our house to look like that?
No.
Why?
I don't like nutcrackers.
Why?
I don't know, they're weird.
All right, well, I like to get super festive. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so we're gonna go crazy with it. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
I feel the same way about a tree as I do about flowers, and you know how I feel about flowers.
So what does that even mean? We're gonna get a cheap tree? No.
It is under $20.
That doesn't exist. This is your first tree buying experience?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just tell you right now, like minimum they're like $100. So
How are we gonna get this thing back? Have we thought about that? Ah!
you go pick out a tree? You okay?
Yep. I didn't get a response from Ryan. I'm nervous. I just don't know what to expect.
Overwhelming options.
I think that an apology is owed to him because at the end of the day, I was his wife and I wasn't a good wife to him.
Gypsy,
What?
this is the perfect tree.
Which one?
This one right here. This is it. This is the holy grail. Look at it. It's like the perfect height. It's got that depth. Smell it.
Seems a little fat bottom, doesn't it?
It's supposed to be.
I feel like it could help me honestly just live with myself. I've made a lot of mistakes through my life. I have a lot of regrets. And if I could amend one, I am going to choose to do that. To be honest, they all look the same to me.
Okay, well, if they all look the same, then I'll choose. This is the one. This is the one. I'm pretty sure this is the one that I first was like, this is the, the good one. I think this is good. So it's Gypsy's first Christmas tree buying experience, right? You never bought a Christmas tree as a kid with your mom or anything?
Only plastic.
Only fake one, so her first real Christmas tree experience. And yeah, I mean, she didn't seem super excited about it, but I was.
I would have been fine with just an artificial one that my parents gave me.
Well, I'm not gonna let this Scrooge dampen my Christmas spirit. Okay, I'm sorry I took you on this adventure and you had such a terrible time. Okay, all right. We'll see.
I'm hoping that we're able to put something to rest, close a chapter. I really want to just move on and be happy.
Still has Ryan and Gypsy on it. Yeah. That's still your mama. All right. You're not used to this. It'll be faster. It'll be faster. About to get my shirts wet.
When did you reach out? So it was like a normal day, but you were thinking about her?
It was a normal day. It was like a Tuesday night, and I saw a picture of her from her baby shower, and she had the brunette hair. Had a lonely moment, and I decided to reach out. And I was just like, I love you as a brunette. You look so great. Something simple like that. Maybe she'll reach out, maybe she won't. It wasn't anything I was hoping for. It was just kind of like letting you know you look great. Oh, 2 days later, somebody told me that, oh, Gypsy's making you look like a fool. Bree, her friend, posted the messages that you sent her. It's not even that I hate that it got out there. It was just, what was the point? Like, what were they trying to accomplish by releasing it? Was he trying to make me look foolish? Overall, it didn't embarrass me. It just was kind of like, okay, I know not to send you anything sweet anymore if that's what you're going to do. Not quite done. She actually reached out to me on Wednesday night. I didn't want to read it because it was still hurt over her releasing those the last ones I sent. Thursday morning, I have a text from her, like a text from her phone, and then she calls me right on top of it. It's like 7:30 in the morning, I'm getting ready to go to school. I don't realize it's her at first because she must have changed her number, and then she continues to call me throughout the day. Finally, she texts my mother, and then my mother tells me what she texted, and I read one where it said, I would love to have a one-on-one with you on the day of our divorce after court. Okay, you've had all this time to meet with me. You've had all this. Why would I give her that day?
So today is divorce finalization day. I go into court 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll bring Christy and Gigi with me because I need 2 witnesses, and that should be it. No word from Ryan. Which, I mean, I don't know how to take that. I don't know whether or not to feel peace with it or to feel like there's still something that should be said. I truly feel like it would have brought him some comfort to just have a face-to-face.
And you too, right? You feel like there's something you would have gotten out of it?
Yeah,
to help you move on.
exactly. I would have had a chance to give him like a proper apology, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big day for her. It's a milestone to get past this with Ryan and move on. One less thing she has to worry about now. She's got to worry about, a baby coming and this and that. So she's, it's good. We're happy.
Getting divorced is a lot of emotions, and sometimes I do think back to when Ryan and I were married. I have been keeping a secret. I am engaged.
Today, I stand before you, taking in every detail of all that you are.
This is my husband, Ryan. Treats me good. I do miss him sometimes. I do miss that, humor that he had that kept me smiling.
No. Come here. Dude, look at that, baby. It looks good.
Thank you. How many minutes out are we?
30.
35.
I've learned a lot going through these last couple of years. Looking at things from a hindsight perspective, it looks like I had just basically said, well, F you, I don't love you, and I'm gonna go get happy. We had an apartment together, we had a dog together, we had a life together.
Get in there.
Sometimes I just think that I would be happier somewhere else. I wish I would have handled it a little differently. There's a lot of guilt in that.
Pull him right there.
All right, we'll say a prayer real quick. Heavenly Father, thank you for getting us here safely today. We ask your blessing on this court date. Please be with all of us. Please be with Gypsy especially. Give her grace, poise, and humility as she presents herself with this divorce. Thank you again for all of your blessings, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
We're the first ones called because Anderson is obviously the first up. So I took the stand. My attorney asked me, when did we separate? Did we reconcile? And that's it. And then Christy said the same thing. Gigi said the same thing. Walk out, it's over.
Don't look back, the past is done. The race has just begun. Every step you're closer to a better version of you.
let her have her day.
Just a couple of pictures. Y'all not a couple.
I had a feeling somebody was going to be there to take pictures. It is public record. Once it's put out there, it's public.
Oh, come on, enough's enough.
He was just right up in our face. You know, she's pregnant. I said, she don't need all of this stress.
I mean, come on, no, don't make her trip. Mom.
It's time to take the stage. Can you feel the fire inside? Hold on, it's time for the ride.
You okay, babe? She's still kicking?
She's a little calmer now. It's a relief that that chapter is behind. Ryan chose to waive his rights to attend court. I'm just kind of shocked. I thought he would have wanted to see me one last time.
Gypsy's divorced.
Woohoo! I have apologized a lot of times over the phone and over text. I was hoping to get that chance to do it in person. However, since he didn't want to meet up with me, now it's about like, okay, I have to prioritize, like I have a baby on the way. I need to put my focus on the future. Tell me about
Well, today was Gypsy's divorce. Yeah, I was surprised that Ryan didn't want to meet with Gypsy. I really was surprised. I thought for sure he was going to do it. I mean, only thing I wanted to tell him if he would have been there, and it's nothing rude or ugly, but it's like, if you have something to say, you're not blocked on my phone. Call me. You don't need to talk about it on TikTok.
Oh.
What? What?
It said Gypsy Rose Blanchard says she didn't enjoy sex with Ryan Anderson despite once saying that he is fire.
You didn't though, Gypsy.
But I didn't expect her to put that in the article.
So
this is
come
what
on.
happened. So I was interviewing for the book. In the book, there is a lot of talk about, sexual abuse. She's like, as a woman, have you gotten past that trauma? And that's whenever I went in to explain, like, there was a lot of mental roadblocks that I had to, get past. I'm like, just because I came out and I consummated my marriage does not mean that I was over those mental blocks. I'm like, so I really just didn't enjoy sex at that time. And she's like, as a woman, like, where are you now with it? And I'm like, I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I should have
Here's
said
what,
off
look,
record.
put it to you like this. Karma's a bitch, okay?
Oh, Lord. Well, this day just took a turn.
Tell me about yesterday. Divorce is granted?
Once the judge signs off on it, it should be done today or tomorrow.
You're a free woman-ish, right? Okay. I don't know why you're looking at me crazy.
Anyway, I love how you...
Am I missing something? Why is that so weird?
No, it just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so you were in a marriage that, you are now out of. A marriage that you didn't want to be in. Now you're free of that marriage. You are free. You are one step closer to being freer.
I see what you mean now. I'm like, so I'm single?
I mean, you're legally single.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to hit up bourbon tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm talking about like on your tax form, you put single. I feel like you're in a mood today.
I'm not in a mood. I was in a mood last night. An article had came out, and I sent it to you, but it was like talking about how like I didn't enjoy sex with Ryan, and I was like, that is so out of context. It was an interview about the book. I mean, at first I was just embarrassed, but then I started to like think more about it, and then I'm like, this came out on the day of the divorce. This is hitting below the belt, which that was not my intention.
I know.
And the way it looks like is if I was just fucking Ryan, and I wasn't. So, I mean, like, I feel bad about that. And there's gonna be things in the future that come out where I'm just kind of like, I've gotten frustrated with him and I've let that anger out.
I understand. I mean, I know that's hard, and I wish there was anything I can do to make it better. You know, all I can do is tell you that I'm here for you, and I'm someone to talk to and get through it, but that's all we can do, babe, is just get through it. And I know that there's a part of you that wants to reach out and apologize, and, you know, you'll have those opportunities if you want them. You know, I know that it's just still like kind of a healing process for the both of you. Yeah. Even if you don't want to admit it, I'm sure there's an element of that healing that you're still dealing with, and that's okay, and that's totally understandable. Divorce is hard for everyone, you know, and I understand that it makes it a little bit harder when now you feel like, I totally understand. It's important to understand that, like, Gypsy isn't out there trash talking her ex-husband. That's not in her character at all. She deals with this a lot. Like, a lot of things that she does that have no ill intent, you know, they get twisted and warped to make her out to be this villain that she's not. And I can only imagine that stress that she deals with. I see it, and it hurts me too, and because I hate to see her feel that way. So all that I can do is just, you know, try and get her through it and try and remind her that you're not what they're making you out to be. Come here. It's gonna be okay, baby.
Love you.
We pulled through everything they've thrown at us. It's just gonna be one more thing. We're gonna be okay. We lean on each other.
You guys, Gypsy Rose is finally done with Ryan Anderson. After all this time, the two of them are finally actually divorced. Can you believe it? It seems the deed was not fire. Now, Gypsy has opened up about traumas and struggles with intimacy. You know Ryan Anderson lives on live, so he'll probably be reacting to this.
Ryan Anderson has gone silent, and reports are saying that he is not taking his divorce from Gypsy Rose Blanchard very well.
You know, the divorce was, I was going to deal with my own stuff that day. My own feelings, my own regret, my own closure as far as our marriage, and I didn't have to show up for court. I was thinking she's going to wipe her hands with me after meeting me. So I did not want to see her that moment. So that night, I have a lot of emotions going on. I know the divorce is final. I know, you know, all this, and I see the magazine article and people talking about it. And in the magazine article, she is burying me. Like, saying sex was not good with me. Ken fills all those voids that Ryan couldn't sexually, and how I wasn't physically attractive. All this BS. Okay? And I know Gypsy enough to know that it's BS. But she still said it. And she said those things to hurt me. And she told me in one of those texts on Thursday, like when I wasn't answering her, she said, just so you know, I've said some bad things about you and it's gonna come out. And I was livid over your paternity test video. So I just want to let you know, like, I apologize in advance. It's another betrayal. It's another to hell with Ryan. And to hell with everything that we were, and to hell with everything that we built. Well, I've heard that time heals all wounds.
I am married. It's awesome.
I think time makes you accept wounds.
That's my wife.
I know, this is your wife.
That is your wife.
When I look back and I think about what has happened and transpired, I still feel the hurt.
And are you not wanting to fight for this anymore? No?
It's hard to accept. You know, it's hard to accept the hurt, but I've accepted the fact that it played out the way it played out.
I don't want to split up, but I mean, it's not up to me. It's never been up to me.
I don't know. Like, this time heal all wounds, I mean, I guess I have to find out.
We were
Hold my hand.
Well, I mean, like, who said I'm not? Why do you think I don't answer text? And why do you think I don't respond? I'm always gonna love her. Always gonna love her.
I'm a little nervous for you to be driving.
Where are they again? Oh. You're freaking me out, man.
These are letters that Gypsy gets. Just in case it's lined with something suspicious.
Over the weekend, the trolls came after the bookstore hardcore.
Book signings are normal for authors. However, usually most authors don't have a hate following. I don't think it's good for my safety.
I mean, do you have to do it?
Yes.
I don't want you to be put in a situation where you might be in harm's way.
We've had a lady who's been in here filming entrances and exits.
Creepy vibes. I don't know. This was delivered by a local company. It's a funeral wreath.
On the card, it is listed as the deceased name, Claudine and Gypsy Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose mother-in-law. She's making money off of it.
I'm feeling anxious. This is the first time I am exposed to the public. This is where she is. You can meet her at this time, at this location.
1 minute to go.